My knee hurt now. I had my leg over there too long now.
Toes went to sleep.
Oh, man, no. Damn, the side of my knee hurt just from stretching your leg. Like, it's like, shit.
Like, nigga, you don't normally have your leg straight this long.
Man, I got this morning. My Achilles hurt. Now they'll never fell down the stairs. I'm like, man, shit. You getting old, bro.
It's over with, man.
It ain't over. It's just you got to move different, man. I got to get me a ranch-style house now. See, I got to start thinking like that. That upstairs, downstairs shit, you need a ranch house now.
Condo.
Yeah, but the elevator go out, fuck.
It's 4 of them.
Oh, shit, maybe a long walk to the next one. Mm-hmm. You know, you got to start thinking about that type of shit.
Old folks stay in condos because everything normally be in condos.
Well, I like it because...
You got a grocery store downstairs somewhere.
Hey, man, if you got the right one, man, you get your one, hey, everything
I'm finna
right
buy
now.
one. I'm finna buy one in Atlanta Station. And move out of the one that I'm renting.
You want to move in Atlanta Station?
I basically live in Atlanta Station now. I lived in Atlanta. Ain't nothing better than Atlanta Station to me. For what I need, I can go to LA Fitness.
See that.
I can go to the movies.
If I had to buy,
I can go to Nike.
If I had to buy one, you know why I would buy one that though? And you probably think it'd be far.
Either Atlanta Station or the Battery. That's all I'm doing.
That'd be a go. That'd be a go. I like Avalon. The Avalon is kind of out there, but I'm at the point, man, I want peace.
You're a country nigga, bro. I want convenience.
I don't care about being country. I want peace.
No, I want convenience.
I want quiet.
I don't hear shit in the building.
Man, like I say.
Now, granted, it's always something going on.
Yeah, always something going on. You looking at, there was a shooting downtown in Midtown.
But I ain't got to worry about the hour traffic getting home.
Then every time you look at like ATL Uncensored, the ATL school.
That's why I don't look at it.
Somebody flooded. Somebody's place flooded today.
That's why I don't look at it.
Yeah, I'm just saying. See,
you watch the news?
See, you want to live down there with the scammers.
No, I don't. I want to live
I want to live with the niggas who really earn their money. Not the niggas who took somebody's money, bro.
It's some scammers with houses.
Well, you know what? But at least
everybody a realtor for a reason.
At least they're in the subdivision.
Full-time scamming.
But they're in the subdivision, man. They're in the subdivision.
You want to be like Uncle Elroy.
I just want to be in peace.
I want to walk.
Bro, you know what? I'm to the point now, I just want land. I want to go out my house and say I want land.
That's not peace to me.
I don't want to feel like house. I want to go house.
But that's not peace. You know why? It's a stack of money. Just to keep the grass. They ain't the hedges.
You got to live. You got to try. But see, to me,
you ain't got the time to do no yard work.
Try to cut my own grass.
When?
I do every Saturday.
Now?
Yes. Well, you'll see me at the edge of my grass. Well, I take pride in it.
Yeah, but your life finna go. You finna get even more busy.
Who?
You.
But let me tell you something. That's my therapy.
I'm telling you, you about to get more busy. You know why? Your kids getting older. They're not gonna give a fuck about you. So then,
well, I'm gonna have more time to cut grass.
And your career is advancing. So you keeping them weekends open like you used to is not gonna be the same thing. You gonna have to go fly to go do panels and all kinds of shit.
And I like to go fishing. I like.
I'm not saying I don't like
that, man. Like I was blowed this morning driving here because I couldn't blow the leaves out my yard.
I feel you. But what I'm saying is when you get to the point where you don't have the time to do that, then you gotta pay somebody to do it.
But see, that make me feel, honestly, I ain't gonna take no shot at nobody. That takes away some of my manhood.
Feel pussy when
I just don't, I'm out there looking out the window like, look at this man ain't cutting my grass. He ain't putting
You wash your car too?
Sometimes.
Why you don't feel less of a man when you let somebody else?
I just don't.
Let another man wash your car.
Don't feel like doing it. Just don't feel like doing it all the time. But like cutting grass has always been therapeutic. I don't know if it's because
I ain't cut grass 15 years.
I don't know if my mother, man, let me tell you something. When I was a kid, growing up in a single mother home, you had to cut the grass to get out of the house. On a Saturday, if I didn't cut the grass, I could not leave the house.
Got up earlier.
So that cutlass was gonna stay parked. So I mom out there at 7 o'clock. I'm trying to get everything. I
ain't trying to clean no gutters no more. I ain't worried.
You ain't never did none of that.
Yes, I have. Bro, I had a house in Lithia Springs.
Man, we ready to start, man.
Off Thornton Road. All this is in.
Okay.
You want to go ahead and intro and reset? We keeping some of this B-roll.
No, we can keep it, man. We can definitely keep it all, man.
I just want you to stop lying.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Firm Podcast. I'm Nick.
I'm Fatherhood Trav.
Fatherhood Trav. So we don't have problematic Trav. So we have Fatherhood Trav with us today. So today, man, we're going to kind of dive into a few things. We'll probably go into fatherhood, culture, business, just
Can
a little bit of everything.
Can you take your shoes off the table, man?
Well, I won these. So I just wore them today because they probably will not be worn again for another 2 years.
Man.
I don't have any home training. I'm like Rick James. What Rick James say, man, fuck your couch. Nigga, fuck your couch. What is it on Dave Chappelle? That's how I'm feeling today, man. So I'm going to take them down in a minute, but I just did it.
Hey, man, nobody never told you act like you been there before?
I probably hadn't been here. I hadn't had these. These haven't been here before. So, see, exactly.
They clean on the bottle. Like, they make sure you hold them up so they can get a good.
Hey, man, this is the last time they're going to see them for about another 2 years. So I'm not even a white Jordan fan, but.
How you doing, bro?
I'm good, man. How about you, bro?
I'm doing great.
Man, let's do a check-in, bro. We always do this. Kind of 1 to 10, see where Trav is, man, before we dive in a little bit. Fatherhood-wise, where you at? 1 to 10. 1 being the worst, 10 being the best.
8.
Okay, why are you 8?
Man, I need my son with me, man. My son getting older. My son, me and his mom have gotten to a real good working co-parenting space, but they still live in Albany, and they kind of, in transition of moving back. But my son hit me yesterday and was like, yo, Dad, I really just want to live with you. Now, granted, I do believe my son want to live with me, but when the message come out the blue, that means something happened. So I asked him what happened. He told me what happened. And this is how I know I'm getting better. This is how I know I'm either getting better or I'm getting old or like I'm getting lazy. Because normally, right after that conversation, me and the mama got to have a conversation.
Pick and choose your battles.
But now I realize, man, because it's some other variables involved. You know what I'm saying? Her mom involved and stuff like that. And I'm like, if I call her now, I'm going to get what she couldn't say to her mama. I'm going to get the brunt of the attitude that wasn't really for me. Yeah. But because I'm not, my situation awareness not in place right now, I got to go get my frustration off, and I'm meeting frustration with frustration, and now we finna have a problem. And she ain't even really got a problem with me. The problem ain't even with me right now.
Well, you gotta know your personnel.
I'm like, all right, I'm gonna give it a couple days. I'm going to Albany tomorrow for the holidays anyway, so we'll have a conversation. They give her 2 days to cool down. And, then I got real smart, Nick. I texted her last night. All I said was, you okay? And she was like, why? And then I said, are you okay? She said, yeah. I said, cool.
Think you sleep, bro.
No, bro, you just gotta care about everybody involved. That's one thing I've learned. You gotta care about everybody involved. Like as a father, your priority is your child. But then normally our second priority is us. Yeah. How we feel about what's going on.
Yeah.
Man, it don't work, man. We can't win. So I feel like it go child, it go mom, then it go dad. And that's just something I don't accept it unless it's under dire circumstances.
Well, because you don't want your kid to be in a bad space neither, though.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So I do understand. Then too, you got to know who you're dealing with.
Because the wrong conversation, now I don't get to see my son Thanksgiving. Like, it could go there. He ain't went there in a while, but it could go there. So I'm like, nah, let's just be smart about this. So I'm at around a 7 or an 8.
So you said 8. But you said something, I'm going to go back to this. I hope people caught that, though. You said, I need my son.
I need my son, man.
Why do you feel like you need your son?
Because, number one, when my son is here, even when he come for like, a lot of times, like, we kind of low-key do a week on, week off. Sometimes we might do 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off. Some in the summer, it's all me. Okay. My son give me a certain energy that he's always giving me, but it's different when he at the house. So like my son is that I got to be even extra on my schedule. Yeah. I got to be even extra on, making sure I do the stuff around the house that I'm telling him he's supposed to do around the house too. Like I can't tell you to make up your bed and I ain't making up mine. I can't tell you to put all your dishes up and I know, the way we raised, parents tell you do what I say, don't do what I do. Yeah. But that that don't really work. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So he makes me tighten up, number one. But number two, man, my son about to be 14. And, I always say, man, like I respect his mom and what she's done as a mom and, despite our differences, but that's my brain. My son act like me. And it's certain stuff that I see that she can't see. And then there's certain stuff just as a man you gonna see in your son that a mom not gonna see in their son. Yeah. And so I know my son is at a pivotal age right now that if he not with me, or if he not close enough to me where I can be around him 4 or 5 days a week, then he could get lost in the shuffle. And, start hanging with the wrong crowd or just start not having the same dreams and goals that kids have when they growing up. Normally when you get older, you get distracted by, now you in high school and, girls got real titties now. And, you know what I'm saying? You got cars and that's really how I go.
Real fatherhood here today, man.
So I need my son for me, I need my son for him, and I just needed to, recenter everything. And that's all it is.
It's kinda like
ain't nothing crazy going on right now.
Yeah. It's kind of like what we talked about even when we did with Reg. It was like when your kids come in life, they give you structure. Because a lot of times we slip, but we know, hey, he's watching me, he's going to do everything I do, so he gets you back on point. So I think we need that, especially as dads, bro, because, we can be rough, man. Like, you might not make that bedtime for 2-3 weeks at a time.
Hey, dog, until we get that, hey, I want to come by call, then you go clean everything, right? But when my son, even I remember, and my son, you get out in the workforce, you get busy, right? Mm-hmm. Like, when the last time you read a book in full?
Man, it's been years.
Who knows?
I'll just read probably a page.
Who knows,
a page or two.
And then do you read the actual book or you read like digital books, e-books,
now, honestly,
audio books?
I'm in audio books now. I'm not even trying to read no more.
So when my career first started, I was doing that. Yeah. I was doing the e-books and the audio books. And, this is kind of like the beginning of podcasting crossing over. So it was e-books more than anything. I mean, audio books more than anything. And my son might have been like 5. And his teacher was like, he's smart, but he don't like reading. And so I literally made a point that day, like, now, bro, I probably got 220 books in the house. And what I realized was him seeing books in the house and seeing me read books was going to have a different effect than him seeing me on the iPad. Even if I was reading a book on the iPad, it wouldn't translate to his mind like that. Or me listening to the books, it wouldn't translate. So I wanted him to see that my dad liked books, my dad liked reading, so I like reading, and it had a real effect.
That's crazy you said that, because I remember I heard this old head say he didn't even know how to read, but he would just go get the newspaper and hold the newspaper up and act like he was reading. His kid would go do the same thing. Mm-hmm. And I believe that, bro.
No, me and my son had a 3-year window of me not letting him read a book, and he was motivated to read because he wanted to read the book it was a Black Panther book. And I just felt like at 7 years old, he didn't need to read that. His brain wasn't developed enough for the nuance, right? But he wanted to read that book. So I'm like, you can't read it till you 10. And for 3 years, like, he was like, hey, I'm a year late. Like, that was something he looked forward to. Now, granted, by the time he got 10, he had read so many books, I don't even think it crossed his mind. But for the first 2 years after I said that, he was reading books like, hey, Dad, I know you said I can't understand it yet, so I'm reading more books so I can understand better by the time I'm 10 so I can read this book.
Wow.
So, kids watching, man. Kids watching.
So let's jump in. We're going to come back to personal last. We're going to do business.
Okay.
Where you at in business, bro?
In business, I'm at like a 9.
Man, business is booming. Okay, AB. Business is booming.
And I be putting that shit on, you know what I'm saying? But business is booming, but new levels bring new devils. And what I mean by that is, man, we had a great year. I actually was going through my phone last night, just like looking at, how your phone put certain stuff, like if you download something from Twitter, it put it in a folder for you at this point. Mm-hmm. So now we send most of our assets from the stuff that we shoot through Dropbox. So I'm just going through my Dropbox folder like, man, that was this year, this was this year, this, and I'm just posting it as I go. Like, damn, we did a lot. And I had like a real moment of gratitude. Like, we did so much just this year. Like, develop shows, produce shows for other people, did all of these different things. We don't had every celebrity you could think of in here, but still at the end, by the time I got through the videos and stuff that I wanted to post, I'm still like, yeah, man, but I probably need to go figure out like another $500,000 to get the building where, like, the next phase of the building or the next building. So on one hand, it's like, man, I'm grateful. We did a lot. You know what I'm saying? Revenue is good. But on the other hand, I'm like, to take it to another level, I still need to go do like a whole nother, basically treat it like I ain't did nothing yet.
Let me ask you this, because you said about gratitude. Do you ever find, I guess, do you ever take time just to reflect on the journey? Because I know sometimes we're so much into the grind, we don't even think about the process. We don't say, wow, man, I've came a long way.
I think it happens like it happened last night. Like, I don't think it's something I intentionally do or something I plan out a whole, like I don't like vacation. I like rest. I don't like vacation. To me, vacation got to be a 3 to 4 day window. But there's some people who go on vacation for 7 to 10 days.
Nah, you ain't doing it. I think you went, 2 days last time I talked to you? You
Man,
cut it short?
and I came back early when I went to Cuba, right? Yeah, I came back early. But I also look at it like, what's the longest you went without seeing your child?
It can vary, man. Like a week.
And by day 3, day 4, you be like, you might have been enjoying yourself.
Yeah.
By day 3, day 4, you might be looking at your daughter pictures.
Oh yeah.
Or you calling them more than you did the first 2 days. That's how I feel about my career. That's how I feel about my company. That's how I feel about my team. Like, at a certain point, yeah, we gonna sit down. But the good thing about being in entertainment is most of the entertainment business shuts down in about 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So first, second week of December, like,
you on vacation.
It's gonna be slow-mo.
You on vacation every week, guys.
Even if you here, it's like you might get a few. You're gonna get Christmas bookings because we got a Christmas set. But for the big kind of the heavy lift stuff that, you know, the big budget stuff, the big celebrity stuff, the stuff that requires 15 people versus 3, those things kind of stop second week of December and don't start back really until like 3rd or 4th week of January. So you get that time off. And then my birthday is smack dab in the middle of the year. My birthday June 3rd. So first week of June, I take off. I take off and I go somewhere and I don't talk to people. Like, I don't answer my phone before 6 o'clock. I don't, like, here and there. Like, if you texting me some fun stuff, cool. But like,
nothing business.
Nothing business before 6 o'clock. And then on my birthday, I don't do no business. Unless it was, the right call come through or the right email come through. It might happen. But for the last, I've been doing that since 2011. So for the last 12 years, that's been my process.
Wow. And
it's right in the middle of the year. So I kind of get a reset at the beginning, in the middle of the year, and then I kind of get another reset at the end of the year.
That's perfect. Perfect. So lastly, but we're going to kind of recap on everything. Personally, how you doing?
Personal is two. I think we split personal in 2 things.
Okay.
Me, my mental health, my physical health, my like family life. I would say that's about at like a 8.5, 9. Okay. And the reason that's not a 10 to me is because I just started back getting in the gym. We just started back hooping. I got a trainer. I missed all my training sessions last week.
Let me put the disclaimer out here. We play in the men's league together. I didn't play last week, so he think he had 20 points. That's because I didn't play.
Hey, man, I had a good game,
If I would have played,
bro.
he'd have had 2.
I had a good game, bro, and I wasn't ball hogging. But I just had my legs. That first game I ain't had, bro, I couldn't jump over the free throw line that first game. But last game, I don't hit the bike a couple times. I went and worked out a couple times, so I had some legs. I'm like, okay, I could still pull up like a couple steps inside half court, For y'all don't believe it, I definitely got footage. But that could be better. I could be more on top of that, right? Secondly, something going on with my dad health-wise that we got to go. Just make sure everything is fine. We in the test stage right now. Just making sure he's fine. I think some of his vital levels is a little high, and the doctors want to make sure that it's not nothing other than him switching medicine and stuff like that. So we gotta do that, and then other than that, I'm pretty good. Dating life, yeah, that shit for the birds at this point.
Damn.
Try again next year.
Taking applications?
I don't take applications. The good jobs you can't just put in an application for. Okay. You got to be referred for it or something like that. Like, so God got to send somebody. You know what I'm saying?
Got it, man. The big man.
Yeah, man.
We'll get back into that. We'll get back into it though.
Or you know what, dog? I'm in love with my career right now. What the women say? I'm working on me, focused on me.
You take some time to get you together.
You know what I'm saying?
You kind of getting back to what you like, getting to know Trav again.
I'm getting to know Trav again, man. I'm in my soft man. That didn't sound right. I couldn't even keep that one going.
Man.
But I think what it is too, man, is just like,
hey, drink some water on that one, man.
Dating is hard for ambitious people.
Wow. Elaborate.
Dating is hard for ambitious people because no one wants to be second. And when you ambitious, your partner is gonna come second to whatever your goals are. And that's because most people are not truly ambitious, that's not a regular thing, right? And then if you're a parent and you're dating somebody who's you don't share the kid with, now they third. And it's very hard to get anybody to want to be third, but definitely black women, and I ain't tried nothing else yet. So, you know, Jeezy, I thought Jeezy was looking like he was on the right path. I was like, maybe I need to pull a Jeezy, but you know, Jeezy got filed for divorce and Dr. Umar started talking in my ear again. It was like, nah, man, you got to keep it black women. So, and the name of my company is Historical Black University of Creators. How I'm gonna look if I walk in here with?
Boy, you on the road today, bro.
Hey,
you are flat out on the road today, man. That's
I had a good night's sleep, bro.
Boy, you are on one.
I got
today,
all the
man.
talking points today.
Boy, you are on one today. But I think I'm gonna say this though. I'm gonna go back to something you said. I think you can find a partner even when you're in love with your career.
I ain't say you can't. It's just harder.
I think it is. I definitely think it is. But I think you can find the right woman, because the right woman, I think she can assist with the process and she'll kind of buy into it. Because then I think too, it'll make you want to make those adjustments for her, because like, okay, I see, I've been in this space before. I know that, hey, nobody's really supporting me during this journey.
And I agree. But I think even now, like in this era that we're in, I keep saying this the me era. And not about me, but I'm saying like society as a whole is in a very me. It's all about me, men and women. Everything is about me. Who I don't want to work for nobody. I want to work for me. Everything is about me.
Yeah.
And that's not really conditioning people to be good team players.
Yeah.
In every sense.
No, I agree with that 100%.
Is the customer service is bad because people don't want to be good team players. They don't want to work for nobody. Relationships are bad because everybody want what you bringing me to the table. Everything is about what you doing for me. That's not good teamwork.
That's fact.
And that's fucking up the relationships across the board.
No, I agree 100%.
And then like if you want to start a screen print company, right? I should be like, okay, well, Nick wants to start a screen print company. Maybe I start a graphic design company and we could work together.
Yeah.
But because everything is about me now, and everybody want the light shined on them, you start a screen print company. I go start one too. I come kick it with you enough just to see your process and catch up on it. But now I got to go start my own because I can't work for Nick. Even if Nick further ahead, even if Nick got more passion for it. So, you know, it's ruining, this me era is ruining the way we supposed to flow.
Is this your way of trying to say, like, when people secretly visit your studio and I have a studio too? That's what you referencing?
That happens, but I ain't necessarily, I think when it comes to production studios in Atlanta, man, they like bottled waters at this point. And the way I look at it is when you go in the grocery store, all the bottled waters is on the same shelf.
So we're gonna say this is the alkaline studio right here.
This is an alkaline studio, man, you know, or what's the best?
So it ain't Deer Park. Ain't Deer Park.
It ain't Deer Park, it ain't Dasani. This top of the line. You know, this Aquapana. You know what I'm saying? But what it is I don't even see competition in studios. I would be, you could bring 15 people in here that got a studio and they can come in and get all the tips they want from me. I'm not gonna show them my books, but everything else outside of that, I'm pretty much open to showing. Because I really believe in the uniqueness of me.
Yeah. And
I believe in the uniqueness of what we're building. But my problem is you my dog and you trying to start a studio.
Yeah, I got you.
Instead of, hey bro,
seeing how y'all can link
let's
together.
just work it together. Like, don't compete with me.
Yeah.
If my brother goes start, to be honest with you, when I first opened the studio, my god brother, who basically is like my little brother since forever, he went and worked at another studio. Not because I think his passion was a studio. I think it was just like,
He didn't want to work for you.
he didn't want to work for me.
Yeah.
And he had lived with me for 3-4 years, and I could just see he wanted some independence, but he also seen that it was going well for me. So he tried his hand at it. And I don't think I took it like I would taking it if it was somebody else, because it was him. And I understand like that little sibling, like I'm tired of being under my big brother type thing. But a lot of people do that, man. A lot of people look at what you're doing, and instead of trying to be a part of it, they want to go show you that they could, or show the people who praising you that they could do it too. And we don't got to do that, bro. Like it's a million jobs under the sun in this one company.
Yeah, but I think we have to build a space where we're okay with that. I think there was some ego stuff too, where I could not work for you. Even though you probably would have put him in the best situation, you definitely would have.
Yeah.
But I got to go work somewhere else 'cause I got to show you I can do it on my own.
Yeah.
And you trying to prove a point that really don't need to be proven.
It don't have to be proven. And I don't think I ever looked at life like that.
Mm.
I think, but I think it also comes down to, are you a hard worker? Because when you're a hard worker, you're not looking at, if you work on the assembly line and you're a hard worker, you're not looking at the people beside you. You know what you do.
Focusing on your work.
You know what you can do.
Yeah.
When you know what you can do and you know who you are, you don't really care about none of the rest of this stuff.
But see, you said it there. But when you don't, you need validation from every other source outside.
Every source.
Yeah.
And every woman, and every magazine or every like.
That's true.
Like, it used to be so crazy with me. People post stuff and like it only got 100 likes, so they delete it. Like that's such a sickness to me.
See, that's the thing with this culture I just can't get down with. Like with me, I don't care if I post something if 2 people like it. I post it because I liked it. That's enough.
That's it. Now, even when I'm building a media company, I want our stuff to do good, right?
Mm-hmm.
I want people to see it. I want people to see the content, not see the likes. Like, I don't care about the likes. I don't care if, name somebody, I don't care if Cam Kirk get more likes than me.
Yeah.
Like, Cam Kirk is dope. Like, part of the inspiration for anybody doing content in Atlanta comes from Cam Kirk in some way, shape, or form. I don't care about that. I care about, do we have equally as good or better content?
Yeah.
Because the content is the story. I want to tell great stories. I don't want to tell better stories than Cam Kirk. I want to tell better stories than everybody. So I don't care if 5,000 people see it and 500 of those people think it's amazing. That's better than 1 billion people seeing it and only 10 people thinking it's amazing.
Let me ask you this. What's been your most difficult thing with this production journey?
Keeping people locked in, man. And
elaborate.
I think,
because we talk about it all the time when we talk about just that buy-in from the people.
Man, you know, I look at like sports. We compare everything to sports, right? Mm-hmm. Building a team is the only way to get a championship, unless you play tennis or box. Any other sport, you have to build the right team. But sometimes you'll see, like, Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen was playing together and still wasn't winning. You know what I'm saying? They had to go build the right team. They had to find the right coaches. They had to find the right assistant coaches. They had to find the right chemistry. Mm-hmm. So I expect team building to be a challenge. But the hardest part for me is keeping people locked in when I see talent in them. Not based on what they can do in here or do for me. But like, if you the best photographer I know, and it's hard to keep you focused on your own work, that's hard for me. Mm-hmm. Because I care, so I don't care just how much I can benefit off it. I care that your talent is seen. Yes. I care about everything. When we shoot content for you and stuff don't come when you want, I care that you didn't get what you wanted because I believe in what you're trying to do. Yeah. So that's the hardest part for me. It's kind of like what we do with the kids. When you see a kid with potential to go one place and they go the wrong way, that's a hard thing. I think I'm, as much as I'm like kind of crazy and asshole-ish in certain ways, I care about people caring about what they say they like to do or what they good at. I really want to see people win. So when people can win and the only thing stopping them from winning is them locking in, that shit is hard for me.
I believe that with you. I definitely believe that. Because I think even, I talked to you about this when we talked before, when I was talking about doing the podcast and you was like, hey man, if we don't take care of us, who else gonna do it?
Thanks.
And even like with me during that journey, I said that's when I knew too, like, man, Trav is a genuine dude, good heart. Because I think I reached out, man, what did I say to you? I said I struggled with taking help from other people. Mm-hmm. Because you always wonder what is their motive. And it's rare to find somebody saying, I just want to help you pursue your dream in this aspect. Or I want to help you create this content. Mm-hmm. You know, because we're just not in that space right now. Everybody's looking like, okay, what can I get from it? And I think I say even that with some of your other colleagues or coworkers, bro, it's like, I see that in there too. Like, hey, he'll sow into them too. He'll sow into their dreams and their vision. Because
I can't complain about Black people doing so much inner competitiveness if I only help the people that's going to help me. or if I only help the stuff that's gonna benefit me. Like, I'm not gonna send my worst person somewhere because I don't want it to work because it's not mine. Like, we have to just get into a point to where, hey, bro, as long as I help you, you know I helped you. That's all that matters.
Yeah.
And if it go to the next step and you go work with B and Tyler Perry is your next step,
Just remember that.
I'm good with that. That means you got to bring somebody else to Tyler Perry.
Yeah.
You don't got to necessarily bring me, but you got to get there and do what you're supposed to do, and you got to bring somebody else, because if it all got to come back to me, man, I'm gonna eventually start showing that energy. And now I'm just as big as part of the problem is the problem that I hate.
No, that's real. That's definitely real. But I don't know, man. I'm a public, like, thank you. I think I told you before, like, for those who may know, may not know, I did an interview in Memphis. I was actually on a panel. Trav called me like, I'm going to come. I'm like, man, whatever. This man literally drove from Atlanta to Memphis to film for probably 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Then jumped right back in the truck and came back to Atlanta. And I said, how much I owe? He's like, man, nothing. I was like, bro, I bought him a T-shirt. He's like, cool, I'm good. I'm like, this man did this for a T-shirt. You know, you don't find people looking to do that, especially you probably lost some money to say, man, I'm going to come rock with you, bro. I want to make sure we capture this footage of you speaking up there.
Because it's important, bro. Like, and I think, which is crazy because everybody know I'm inappropriate and I crack jokes all the time, right? And everybody know I also have, like, I can have a demeanor where I don't care about certain stuff. So it's surprising to me when I say stuff to people, they still kind of like don't believe it. Like, when I say I just want to help, I mean that just as much as I mean it when I say I don't give a fuck. Like, they the same to me.
But when it's culture where we can't take help, we struggle with it. Because genuine people are few, far, and in between. Genuine people who really just care about you, no hidden agenda, no nothing, bro.
But I think the difference with me, especially as it pertains to you, I think if tomorrow you decided, hey man, I'm gonna go to law school, or I'm gonna go do anything other than what you do, I think you would still pour into kids and people who pour into kids.
Yeah.
So what I look for is how you treat other people. If you go above and beyond for other people, I go above and beyond for you, even if it don't make no money.
Yeah.
Because I want to pour into people that pour into people.
Let me ask you this. You talked about pouring into people. Where did that passion come from?
Man, my family like that. Like, for better or for worse, my mom and my dad are like, I always say my mom and my dad are habitual overgivers in their own ways. Like, my mom always say I got her heart. Because my dad also is like big on principle. So like, my dad will give a lot to you, but once you go outside his principles, it's done. My mama will give a lot to you and you can break some of her rules, and if you come back and you really need her, she still gonna help you again. So I think I'm somewhere in the middle, but I also think, like, you know, it's my grandma. Like, everybody in my immediate family are givers. You know what I'm saying? My uncle was like a full-time drug addict, bro, and would show up and do something for you for free and still have to go find some money somewhere else to get drugs. Like, I think that's just the nature of it. And, you know, as you get older, you get colder. So I think as you get older, you see everybody not like that, and you might let go some of that. But I think my mom has always made sure I didn't lose that. And bro, like, it's been situations where I should be dead, or I should be broke, or I should be losing something, and a miracle just pops up. So that's just my belief in God that I'm doing the right thing by still being that same person.
Let me ask you this. What is probably, I guess, well, you showed up with a genuine good heart and got burned. How did you handle that?
I get burned a lot, to be honest. Like,
what was the one that just hit the hardest, where you're like, man, and you don't have to call no names, and because really it's more about just how you overcame that situation but maintained a pure heart through the journey?
I think it was a particular person that I was real close with. I'm talking about real close with. I'm talking about like talk to every day. You know, we went on internships and stuff together with, and like all the way down to, from childhood up, right? And then, something happened. I'm trying to be vague without like kind of exposing who the person is, but something happened where we just stopped talking because of another person. And it wasn't nothing malicious. It just was like me and this other person had a disagreement. So now me and you don't communicate. And I don't help take care of both of y'all at different points. You know what I'm saying? And I think the pain from that was like, made me just say, okay, cool, it is what it is. Right? But then I didn't really feel like I got over it until them same two people needed me again. And when they needed me again, I really had probably like a 2-day process. And I'm not a indecisive person. It's either a yes or no for me, real quick. Like I don't linger. I don't stay in bad moods. I don't stay mad. I don't stay up or down. Like that's just not the way my brain works. But it took me like 2 days to decide, like, okay, I'm gonna help y'all again. And sometimes I still feel like that was fucked up that y'all did me like that. I've never done anything I shouldn't have did, and I've always did more than I should have did. Yeah. So, it happens, but there's no such thing as betrayal if it's not from somebody you love. So that just come with the game.
Yeah. Let me ask you this, because I know you kind of living out one of your childhood dreams. I know you talked about it before, being in this production space, is being allowed to do what you do. What has been, I guess, that person that you work with where you like, I want to say like you were starstruck in that moment, was like, wow.
I think my wow moment, the real wow moment probably haven't happened yet. But I think it's two people. I'm not gonna say one because they just had a crazy week. But I think I used to, how we used to read XXL and all of that? And like every magazine, like kids today probably think that's the craziest shit in the world. But like we read XXL magazine.
XXL, Source, want to see who got 5 mics.
And so one of them is Elliott Wilson. Elliott Wilson used to run XXL. Was editor-in-chief, like always had all the Jay-Z interviews, like always had the access. And I got to really, really, really work with him and do like Rap Radar interviews with him and travel with him and go to DJ Khaled house with him and do all of these things. And he's not even like a celebrity to probably outside of hip hop. There's certain people in hip hop who might not know who he is. But he like a real OG journalist like figure, and I used to want to be I used to want to be a hip hop journalist. So I realized people didn't care about like magazines and stuff. Like print died, but that was like I wanted his job when I was in high school. So that was one of the moments, and then the other one is Emory from Rockefeller.
With Jay.
So everybody know how much of a Jay-Z fan I am, and I feel like over the last few years, people learned who Emory was because, he got out of jail and, Jay started, you was able to put a face to a name.
Yeah, because you didn't know who it was for years.
You didn't know who it was for years. Yeah. But I could trace Emory back to like Volume 2. Yeah. And then like it's certain parts, Jay-Z's albums, what I love about Jay-Z's albums they really are chronological. So like the stories he's telling progress with the album. So like, on Blueprint, he was like, I can't forget my man, I can't forget my man down in Maryland. E's gone till November. How could I not remember? Tell your mother I'm there for her and Tiembra. Nothing, and your son too. It's nothing I won't do. That's 2001, bro. That's like, that's 8th grade for me. And then you get further along, you got Kingdom Come, and then you got the Click record with Kanye and all of that. So then I met Emory in Atlanta at the W. He was doing a conference with somebody. And I met him and I talked to him and in 10 minutes, we was like talking like
you know him,
like I knew him.
Yeah.
And he was so regular. I'm like, bro, you Jay-Z best friend, bro. Like it was so regular. And then from then on, this is probably 2015, 2016. From then on, me and Emery have had conversations continuously through it's through Instagram. I ain't got his number or nothing, but like he responds. It's not like I send a million messages and he respond once. Like he read everything, he respond to everything. It might be something that he can't. I might send him something and ask for like an opinion on it, like an artist or something. He might not give me too much feedback on that. But anything that's regular conversation, we can have those conversations. And I'm still looking at it like, yo, it feels like I've known this nigga since I was 13 years old.
Because of Jay.
Because of Jay. And because of the story. So that and probably Styles P too. Styles P is like I text Styles P yesterday. Like, the era we from, the Locks, all of them, man, me and Styles P done been shopping at Kith and like I could call Styles P and ask him
sneaker stores.
I could call Styles P and be like, yo, P, I want to switch my diet, bro. Like, what should I be doing? And he'll, he own a juice bar, Juices for Life and Pharmacy for Life. Shout out to him and his wife. But it's just like having access to people that we grew up, that was the soundtrack to everything.
Yeah.
That's just dope.
Oh, a question coming next then. So have you met that person to where when you met them, you was like, man, I should have never met them, bro. They're not who I thought they were.
Yeah.
You don't have to say who it is, but I always hear people say that,
it's
like,
two of those.
That person. I know I've encountered that.
It's two of those. And I think even with that, it's probably like, I shouldn't have done business with them. Like, meeting them, I think, would have been cool and been great, but you know how they say don't do business with your family? I say don't do business with your idols. Unless you have time to get to know them before you have to do business with them. Cause like, I even say like Kanye, I don't have any bad business history with Kanye. Some of my people do. But when I met Kanye the first time was Graduation had just came out. I lived in Chicago. It's funny because Reggie wanted me to take him and I didn't take him. But I lived in Chicago and I went, this is college, so I might have been a freshman or sophomore. No, it's sophomore. And he had album signing at Best Buy on North Ave downtown. And me and my homegirl, Amanda, shout out to Debo, we went to, get an album signed. And he was so cold. Like he barely said anything until you see he signed it. And that didn't bother me. And I know for most people that would have like crushed them.
Yeah.
So that didn't bother me. But what I realized is they still people.
Yeah.
So at a certain point, you also got to kind of bring your expectations down.
And I think that's one of the things, too, as a fan, sometimes we don't think about that. We just think my encounter should be a one-on-one encounter. You should talk to me all day. You should answer every question I have. But we have to realize, too, he may have had a bad day. Bro, you think if you signed 10,000 autographs in one day, you tired as hell. I don't want to go sit with nobody, bro. I don't want to sign nothing else today.
And I don't want to talk. And, like, you think about it, too, bro. Like, it's sometimes where my brother might call me or my mama might call me or somebody might call me and I'm just not in the mood to talk, bro, and I'm not going to answer the phone.
Yeah.
Or I might just text me and be like, yo, I'll call you back. So if I could do that to my mama,
anybody else can get it.
Anybody else can get it. Yeah. And you don't know what I went through today. It might be better that he didn't say nothing instead of saying, fuck you, because I got the attitude that somebody else calls. Yeah. So, I just hope when I meet Jay-Z, it don't go bad.
You just want to ask him all the questions. So within that, name me your top 5, bro. We're going to transition into music a little bit.
So number 5 changes a lot.
Okay.
Number 5 is like my rotating musical chair.
Okay.
But my top 4 is pretty consistent.
Okay. Let's hear it.
Jay-Z.
Number 1?
Number 1.
Okay.
By a landslide. That one's never changing.
Okay.
2 is Biggie.
Okay.
3 is Scarface.
Ooh, Brad.
4 is Nas.
Okay.
And then 5, today is DMX.
Ooh.
But
you got a rough list.
Sometimes DMX.
You got a unique list, man.
Sometimes DMX becomes Ice Cube. Sometimes 5 is honestly Rick Ross. Sometimes 5 is Pusha T.
Ooh. You have a unique list, bro.
But 6 stays the same.
Who's 6?
Andre 3000.
Man, I hate your list.
Even let's say DMX
Man,
come
I
out of
hate your
5
list,
right
man.
now, right?
Yeah.
Let's say he leave 5, he go to 7. Like whoever, when the 5 moves, they don't move to 6. 6 and 1 stay.
I can't rock with your list.
I can't take Andre.
I rock with your list though.
I can't put Andre number 1.
Why?
Because I don't have a rap album. And now,
but you can put Big in there, and the career was cut short.
Yeah, but he got 5 albums.
Yeah, but I think it still was cut short. I think with 3.
But if you give me 1,
again, that's me arguing as a fan.
But
so
I put it to you like
this.
I put it to you like this. I'm from the blog. We from the blog era, right? So I literally showed you earlier. I have a tape which people would consider a playlist now. I have a mixtape that's all Andre 3000 verses with nobody else verses. Just the hook of whatever song that was.
Damn.
These are Outkast songs. These are features. These are Idlewild songs. Everything that's on it is just Andre 3000's verse and the hook, right? I love Andre 3000. I think he's probably the most unique rapper of all time.
By
far. And he probably has the second best flow of all time. Behind Biggie. But, and the reason why I even put him behind Biggie is the same reason he's number 6. Biggie, let's say I got 40 songs from Biggie, 50 songs from Biggie. Mm. There's not 2 verses that sound the same.
I got you.
But he got 3 verses on every song. Andre 3000 is giving me 1 verse per song. Mm-hmm. So it's easier for him not to have.
Yeah, but the way I guess where he goes with it though.
And
you know what I'm saying? Because like we talked about offline, he almost goes out of space.
True. But
and then comes back to Earth.
He also has the Denzel effect.
What's that?
Whereas he really has the Will Smith effect. My brain works crazy.
No.
Hold on, let me finish. Let me finish.
No, we're not gonna do this.
Let me finish. The reason why I say that, right? The other point that gives Biggie the tipping point is like when Denzel had to go play Training Day. Mm-hmm. He had so many good roles that you needed to see him play the bad guy, right?
I get you.
Andre 3000 don't have a suicidal thoughts. He don't have nothing that I can't play for my mama. Like he don't have nothing that speaks to that dark side.
That gutter side.
Yeah. Just dark, whether that's gangster, whether that's gutter, whether that's suicide. He don't have nothing that speaks to me when I'm in my lows.
I get you.
If I'm low about a chick, it's a Biggie song that if I don't care about a chick and I'm on some player shit, Biggie got something for that. Biggie got something for every move.
I get you.
So, that I'm way too technical about this shit.
Yeah, you got a rough list though, bro.
Who yours?
That's a rough one, man.
And you can't count Outkast as one.
I don't. My list, I go 1A, 1B. It's crazy. I would go 1A is Dre. It's always gonna be Andre.
You can't do 1A, 1B. It's 5, bro.
No, I'll say this.
You get 5.
Let's do it this way.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
My number 1 is Andre.
Okay.
I love Dre because I feel like to me, Andre just kind of like raised me through this rap, man. I think I just love Dre that much because being a Southerner, it was like he kind of really gave us relevance. Even like, and you look at Holmes, it's like being like a slick prophet. When he came out and said the South got something to say, like, that's probably the most powerful thing ever done in rap history. When you going up on the Source Awards, you remember everybody booing you, you get up and say, hey man, the South got something to say. And then the floodgates just open. So it's like, and they haven't closed since. I know you hear people say that all the time, but that's facts. If you were there, you really know.
But living in the South, we didn't feel like that. I think only the rappers felt like that.
But we didn't, but we were just like, even like
once he said it was like, fuck them niggas.
You think about this. All we had at that time, no disrespect, was like Miami booty shaking music. We didn't really have that. We didn't really have that.
Outkast.
We had Cass, but it was soft to where like, Dre was like the one where it's like, hey man, we can have Dre take on anybody.
It almost was like Martin Luther King. Like, we didn't care about acceptance till Dre told us they didn't accept us.
Yeah, they didn't accept us. But again, when we had Dre, it was like, okay, go put Jay. Go get who? Go get Big. We got Dre. He gonna rap for us. Cause that kind of gave us that one. Cause even
I don't think we felt like that. I feel like back then, Big Boy was more the people's champ than Dre was.
He was, but he wasn't. Big Boy was just the cat that you saw all the time.
He was the coolest nigga of all time.
Because he was like, okay, man, he was the player. Dre was really like the poet, not really wanting to be the player and the poet, but it was like Dre just, you was like, man, he's cold. Big just had, Big was like the cat you see around the way. Dre was the one like, I'm gonna go sit in the corner and just kind of mind my own business.
I think Andre 3000 made me want to be smart.
Huh?
I think he made me want to be smart.
But you know what, Andre, for me,
cause like I remember you remember when the wood dropped?
Mm-hmm.
Outkast
with
got
Mystical.
Neck of the Woods.
Yeah.
I walked to the library. You spent some time at Albany. I walked the Southside Library because I couldn't get the words and I had to go print them out.
Yeah, you had to back in the day. You had to go print them stuff.
I went to the library.
I cannot even
free
remember the site right now, man, because you said something about it.
I know the site. OHHLA.
Okay.
Original Hip Hop Lyric Archive. Like, print it out. Like, nigga, y'all kids who got like Balenciaga don't understand. Yeah. You didn't have $1 for printing. Like, you was trying to go somewhere for free printing paper. And free printer cartridges.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
And that was, so even like within that, man, like with Dre, I think Dre just, for me, Dre kind of helped me through the journey of just being okay with being an outcast. Like, bro, just be different. And I think that helped through that process. So it's kind of even that. That's why I say he raised me, because I kind of got that mentality. Like, I don't care what nobody else think. This is what I rock with. So even like seeing that in my daughter, and Amara, I see that in her. My daughter will not do anything. It don't matter what you think. I'm gonna do this. You can
it don't even matter what you think.
It don't matter. This what I like.
She's so individual. Yeah. I love it.
So I love it. That's why I love it. So I'm gonna go Dre number 1. Man, Pac number 2, bro. I don't even know how you didn't have Pac on there, because Pac just
Pac might look. It's 2 takes I'm gonna get that people gonna call me crazy for the rest of my life.
What?
Tupac and LeBron not in my top 5.
Yeah, I understand.
They the same. Like,
I just love Pac, man, because I think Pac gave you so many things, bro. Pac could have you crying 1 minute, you could be ready to fight 1 minute, you could be everything.
Now I'm finna. Can we curse? Are we cursing?
You can curse, bro. Do what you want to do.
I'm finna fuck you up.
What?
For everything that Pac did, Pac brought bullshit to the game.
I understand that.
I'm talking about, like, he brought the bullshit we see now. Like,
I just think
Tupac brought bullshit beef to the game, and Wayne brought drug using to the game as a popular thing.
I would say this with Pac. I think Pac was truly an actor who infiltrated the rap game, and I became something that I really wasn't. And by the time I realized this ain't me, I was too deep. I had to stay in. It's like Pac had to stay in the character all the way through. And I'm like, bro, I didn't come into the game like this.
It's like the nigga became Bishop and never stopped.
Yes.
Now,
because even if you look at
I don't think Tupac was pussy by no shot. By no at all. But he wasn't
that guy.
Like, it's people who just associate Pac with Cali like he didn't live in New York and Baltimore until he was 20.
Yeah.
Like, the nigga is an East Coast nigga.
Yeah. But see, they act like he lived in Cali forever. Like, if you think about Pac, you like, man, Pac from Cali.
Yeah.
But even if you go back a little deeper, though, even with Corrupt, you would think Corrupt is from Cali, but Corrupt from Philly.
Yeah.
You would, if I tell you Corrupt from Philly, you say, nah, he ain't from Philly.
I'm going to show you some stuff from Pac that's going to break your heart. We can do that later.
Yeah, we're going to look at it. 3 is Jay, man. 3 is Jay. 3 is Jay. And I'm going to say, and I wanted to make it big, honestly. I wanted to make it big because Big has one of my favorite rap lines in history, and it's so simple. I love Big with the fat, black, ugly as ever. However, I stay coochie down to the socks. I think that line was just so cold, bro, because Big told you, I'm fat, I'm black, I'm ugly, but I'm the coolest nigga ever, bro. So I'm gonna let Jace beat him out for 3. 4, it's gonna change it so much. Kendrick. Kendrick. I really.
Man, it's gonna be hard to kind of find where they end up.
Yeah, I really love Kendrick, man. I love him for the creativity. I think it's hard for me. I give Kendrick another nod because he West. You know, West Coast, like we talked about offline, West Coast is always hard to break through. 5.
I feel like Kendrick do us a disservice.
Why
I feel like he's so important that he needs to be more active. Because if he was more active, we wouldn't get
the BS,
the bullshit that we get.
But again,
it would be way more kids that want to be
like I told you offline, though, that's Andre. You remember Outkast drop an album every 4 years, you have to marinate on that.
Yeah.
Same thing Kendrick.
But it was different then.
Yeah.
I just want Kendrick. Everybody was doing it then.
Honestly, man.
I just want Kendrick.
I want Kendrick to really
I want kids to
destroy
want
the
to be
people
Kendrick.
that he needs to destroy in a timely fashion.
Oh, I got some verses.
I want Kendrick.
I got some unreleased Kendrick
I
verses
want
where he
Kendrick
be
to go
talking that
ahead
shit,
and
but he won't put it out.
Yeah, I want that Kendrick.
Yeah.
I want when Drake taking shots at Kendrick, you give Drake what he's looking for.
Yeah.
That's the Kendrick because I know it's there.
But that's why Jay-Z, that's why nobody to me can compete with Jay-Z. That's one of the reasons. Who fired him?
5, man, Nip, bro. Honestly, that's my 5. Because
Okay.
it changes. I think with Nip, man, I just Nip is the one I just think like he was that one.
I feel like Nip was gonna be Biggie and Pac
Yes.
put together.
Yes. And I always tell people,
That's why they
man,
had to get about it.
I always tell people, Nipsey was everything that Pac wanted to be. Nipsey was truly that everything righteous, intelligent, had the street side. Just
Cool.
a cool dude. Everything that Pac, and like you said, it's probably the best, that's probably the best comparison because it's Big and Pac came together. It's like really like that. And he was everybody's worst nightmare. I think, so his death, honestly, is probably the hardest one I took harder than Pac's.
Me too.
Because I really felt like, man, we really got robbed of greatness. So that would be my 5.
We didn't get 2 albums.
No.
Now we got the mixtapes, which I guess kind of fills the void because Biggie and Pac them didn't have them mixtapes. But I'm like, I got Crenshaw, I got Mailbox Money, I got Bullets Ain't Got No Names,
Mm-hmm.
and I got Victory Lap. But Victory Lap is the only album.
Victory Lap is a classic. But Victory Lap is an album too, where you can tell too, he took his time. You can tell that's that old school. The West, like I really put together a nice body of work, bro. The way you can go from
Now,
start
what
to
I
finish.
will say is, one thing about the West Coast, with the exception of Pop, I'm sorry, y'all can be mad, with the exception of Pop, the niggas that's at the top on that side,
Yeah.
almost have flawless albums. All of them. Game, Snoop. Game the person or the personality.
You know what? That's what me and my boy argued about. Because
His albums are
I
phenomenal,
said, not
bro.
being funny, he was like, man, I said the Game probably is like Rick Ross of the West. To where he puts together an amazing album. I say, but the BS just kind of overshadows the work. I say, man, because I say pound for pound, Game probably has the second best West Coast catalog behind Kendrick Lamar. And he may edge Kendrick. If somebody told me he edged him out, I wouldn't be mad. Because, Game has somebody, you like, man, he got it, but it's just the
first
BS.
4,
Maybe that last one.
all of them be.
Yeah.
He ain't never made a bad album.
That's why I say he's Rick Ross.
But see, for certain reasons, that's like real drastic. And then there's other reasons. Hey, bro, I just got to start separating the artist from the artist.
You do.
You're not taking these Game albums away from me.
Hey, man.
And there's some other
Let me
niggas
tell
that
you
I'm not going to say on camera. You're not taking the catalogs
No,
from
you're
them.
not. You're not. And I know what you're talking about.
I don't care.
Hey, I will argue anybody. The greatest to ever do.
Whatever.
Greatest, you can feel how you want to feel.
Whatever punishment the actual person deserves, please give it to him.
Yeah. But
You're not taking the catalogs from
work. You cannot take the greatest ever to do it.
The world's greatest.
I'm talking about we'll take him in verses against anybody.
Against Jesus.
And I don't care who you got.
Against Jesus.
Yep. You can get 4 or 5 people together in their catalog. I still take one of his.
Man, listen.
But we struggle with doing that.
Yeah.
But let me ask you this. Because I know you're a hip hop dude, bro. What rap lyric or song changed your life?
This gonna sound contradictory to everything I just said. I'm gonna say the line and see if you know the song.
Okay.
Maybe it's me that caused it, the fighting and the hurting. Am I wrong crying because I think I'm gonna be a burden?
I got it, but I can't.
It's Pop. Unconditional Love.
Oh, wow. Why that one?
Bro, I think, and it kind of ties back. When I was 13, maybe 12, the song had been out. Pac was dead. But, growing up the way we grew up, I was a latchkey kid.
Yeah.
Like, my mama worked, my dad worked, and when my mama wasn't working, she was working for God, and when my daddy wasn't working, he was working for pussy. That's what I tell people, right? So, somewhere in between that, when it went basketball season, I was home. And my brother was like caught up in the church with like my mama. Like he really was dedicated to the church from a very young age. And I wasn't.
So you were definitely truly in the middle.
So I'm at home all the time. I'm getting guns pulled on me. Like, police calling my mom. A nigga pulled an AK-47 on me when I was 12 years old over some Reebok classes. My mama never once asked me, was I okay? And I don't think it was like conscious. Like, she just had so much going on. They told her I was okay, and that was it. Right? So at that time, you know, you going through puberty and all these emotions, and I'm just like, man, don't nobody care. Like, don't nobody care about what I'm doing. Don't nobody care about if I fell out of school. Nobody cares about nobody coming to my games. Like nobody cared. And the way it was set up, right? My mom and the first lady of the church was very close. So like when my mom wasn't at work, she would be over there helping them doing missionary work, right? So no matter what that was. So if my mom wasn't at home, and you got to think this is pre like cell phones, like these when they had bag phones in the car. So I couldn't just call my mama's cell phone. My mama had a pager. Like I could page her, but if she went, and then sometimes it might just me wanting to talk to my mama. Not even like no real issue. Like I just got home from school, I want to talk to my mama, right? So I would call the pastor in the first lady house. And it's other church people over there. And every time I would call, if I didn't want nothing important, I would get in trouble. Like my mama don't curse, don't nobody curse, but you just in trouble. Like I'm literally getting in trouble for calling my mama. Right? And so at that time, this is where I'm really starting to understand the music and where I'm really finding my own taste in the music versus just listening to what my dad played or, what's on the radio. Like I'm crate digging at that point. So like I'm going through all the old, my dad had the big CD booklet, with all the old CDs in it. And one day he just gave it to me. Like you can have all of them.
That's the greatest gift ever.
So I'm literally, when I get home, I'm playing Nintendo 64 or PlayStation or whatever was out at the time, and I'm listening to these albums, and I'm dubbing tapes, like making tapes off of other tapes. Like I'm in that process, but I'm feeling like nobody cares, and I'm dealing with what I feel like was like early depression, and that song came on one day, and I just started crying, and I'm not a crier, but like the song is about him talking about being a burden to his mom.
Search for unconditional love.
And that's how I felt. Dog, I listened to that song. I probably listened to that song a billion times throughout that year. And it was that line because I didn't care about nothing else. I really didn't care about, if people came to my games. I really didn't care about if I got in some shit in the street. The only thing I cared about was, am I a burden to my mama? And so that was probably the first line. And then I think Jay-Z got a line in Renegade where he said, could not tell me I wasn't grown, especially on night I brought something home to quiet the stomach rumblings. My demeanor, 30 years my senior. My childhood didn't mean much, only raising green up. So all of this is around the same time. And so now once I'm getting home, nobody's home. So like I had the basketball goal in the house. So once all the kids who had to be home when the street lights came on, especially in the wintertime, now at 7 o'clock, everybody in the house. I'm with the drug dealers. I'm with the 25, 30-year-olds, and I'm 12, 11, 12, 13. And so at that point, like, I'm feeding myself. I'm disciplining myself. I'm deciding when I get in the car with these niggas, when I don't. Like, I'm making every decision for myself. I'm deciding when I go to sleep. I could stay out to 3 o'clock in the morning, bro. My mama could beat me home. I could be out 3 o'clock in the morning. I didn't have to check in. I ain't have to do none of that, which fucks me up now because, like, the shit you do in relationships is pretty much checking in. Like, I'm not used to none of that.
You don't abide by no rules.
So that line also stuck out to me, and it just was like, man, I raised myself. And so now, looking back, like, if you talk to my mom and my dad, they'll tell you I raised myself, even though I had parents. It's not to the extreme, but it felt like that. Like, I had somewhere to stay. I had clothes. I had, shoes and stuff, but nobody cared about my decisions, bro. My 9th grade year, I failed every class and nothing happened. The only person cared was my coach. You know what I'm saying? So it was just like one of those things where my mom and my dad's lives were so going in so many different directions, and nobody really just had time to focus on me. And I leaned into that because of that line. So the Blueprint album and that Tupac song is probably the most important
to you. So, let me ask you this. I know you referenced sports. How big was sports for you during this journey?
It's the only reason I'm not dead.
Boy, you sound like me.
Like,
I tell people that all the time.
I can tell you every coach I had. I could probably tell you every good and bad game I ever had. But like, you know when you can hoop, when you really nice at sports, even the gangsters only gonna let you do so much. Like, nigga, you the one gonna get us out of here.
Yeah.
So yeah, you kick it with us, yeah, you fight with us sometimes, but when the guns come out, nigga, you gotta go. Like, we finna go over here and do some stupid shit. You go to practice. And so it's really the only reason I'm not dead, bro. Half of the people that I grew up with are dead or like in jail for stuff that I was supposed to be a part of. And then it's just like, too, it teaches you everything.
Yeah, sports is life.
It teaches you everything. And it's to the point now, I remember when I was 8, I was playing football and my coach said, I was 7 or 8, and he was like, football players don't watch cartoons. And because I wanted to be so good at football,
I
didn't watch cartoons anymore. So now, like, music and sports, like history from like 94 to now, I know better. I don't know who's in Marvel. I don't know, like, I can't name the Avengers. I never watched Dragon Ball Z. Like, I can't tell you none of that. But I can tell you how many points Jordan had in 93 against Phoenix. I can tell you, how many games Jordan missed the year he came back and Orlando beat him, how many points he had, what play. Like, I can tell you all of that stuff the way people remember their childhood. So, like, that just became my life.
Name me your top 3.
Coopers?
Yeah.
Top 3 best or top 3 favorite? That's the difference.
Give me both. I'm gonna take both for it, probably.
Top 3 favorites, I'm gonna say Iverson, 1. Jordan, 2.
Culture. Okay.
And probably either Kobe or Carmelo, 3. Best, I'm gonna go Jordan, Kobe, and Magic.
Good. Okay.
But even still, like, if we go 5, LeBron's not in my top 5 and people think I'm crazy. You know how on TNT, Charles and Shaq be talking about who the bus driver and who the bus rider?
Mm-hmm.
LeBron is the best bus rider of all time to me.
I get you.
And the reason why I say that is, I don't care how good you are at everything else. If you not the nigga that got to make the last 5 to 7 shots, it don't matter.
I get you.
So everybody else, if you not the go-to scorer, it don't matter to me. Even when Magic, who's a point guard, when the game was on the line, nigga, Kareem was staying back. Like, it was 4-on-5. Magic was taking that game over.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That. So I'ma always go for the shot makers.
Who you top 3 in the league now currently?
Joker. I don't think nobody touched that white boy. Like, we got to just keep it a buck.
Tough.
No, hey,
tough.
Man.
Can't jump over the free throw line.
He's so good that I never think he's gonna miss. I don't think he's gonna miss threes. I don't think he's gonna miss layups. I don't think he's gonna miss hook shots.
I wish I could play with him.
I don't think he's going to miss nothing.
I would love to play with him.
I don't think he make the bad pass. Like, it's almost like he don't do nothing wrong.
No.
And
he does it his pace.
And when he do, he be like,
He's like Arvinas Sabonis on steroids, though.
But they say Sabonis was like that before he got to the league.
I can believe it.
So,
because Sabonis was cold.
Even that old.
Yeah.
But that white boy bad, bro. So I'm going to go
Joker.
I'm going to go Joker. I'm going to go Giannis. And I'm going to go Steph.
I like that. I can do that list. Telling somebody that think the league is so crazy now, it's like your top 5 could almost be, top 5 is almost international players now.
Yeah.
It's like that's how much the game is.
Yeah, because if I go 4, I'm probably gonna go Embiid.
Yeah, and you could go Luka Doncic over Curry.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
And I think too. I think the main reason is they still have to care. They don't have all.
It wasn't given to them.
They don't have all the luxuries we have.
It wasn't given to them.
You know what I'm saying? So like, and they still, they playing to change their lives, but they play for the love of the game.
And they play with a chip.
Yeah.
Like, they don't play with a chip. Like, even if you look at Luka when they played the Clippers, he really wanted to destroy them.
And still do.
And yeah.
Every time he played him,
yes.
It's like seeing the nigga that took your girl.
Yes.
Like every time he see them, he won't smoke.
Even like with Giannis, I think Giannis said, I don't train with guys I currently play with.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, man, I love it.
Bro, one day, it be sounding like hate, but it's not hate. It's just different, right?
Mm-hmm.
One day, I want to do something based around what LeBron being the best person and Drake being the best person in their industries for a decade, how that changed for the worse. Like, LeBron is one of those keep your enemies close or make your enemies your friend type.
Yeah.
Like, he be friend to everybody. You can tell on the court, Paul George don't want
to smoke.
He don't want it. LeBron disarmed everybody.
Yeah.
Right?
Don't want that smoke.
He disarmed everybody, but like, I'm from the Michael Jordan, I'm from the KG era. Like, I'm from man, fuck that nigga. Like,
and see, that's the era we grew up
even
watching.
now on our men's team, bro. My brother is on the other team.
Yeah.
I'm intentionally not playing with them.
You're competitive side.
And I'm not training, like my brother a trainer. I'm not training with him. And we're not getting paid for this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I just believe in having that dog in you.
Well, you want that friendly competition because just because I don't like you doesn't mean I don't respect you.
Yeah.
I respect the hell out you. I respect the hell out you because I come knowing if I don't bring my A game, you're going to bust my ass.
I can't not like you if I don't respect you.
Yeah.
If I don't respect you, I don't even have an opinion on you after that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, like, you just gotta have that dog, dog. Like I just want people to care about being a killer when it comes to what your goals and your dreams and your path is. So, like, that's why I love Dame. Dame my favorite player in the league right now. But I love that him and Giannis are together because even though, you know, if they win, people gonna say, oh, well, they went and created a super team anyway. They didn't. They just two niggas who are about to work. They ain't about politicking to the refs and the media. They ain't about...
That's what I hate about the game.
They ain't about cutting corners. Them niggas is like, yo, meet me outside.
Yeah.
And give me, I need good teammates. But give me a good team and then come fuck with me.
Yeah.
Versus, hey man, give me 3 of the top niggas at their position.
Yeah.
That's just never gonna sit right with me.
Who is the most underrated in the league?
Young or just period?
Period.
I think Chris Paul the most underrated player in the league.
You think so?
Chris Paul get a lot of hate, bro, and they throw a lot of salt at like him not having a championship and all of that. Like Chris Paul get a lot of hate. Like, and I get it. Maybe this nigga ain't likable, right? But
Chris a little sneaky now.
But that's what he like.
You know, remember what Chris did in Wake Forest? Not a hard.
I remember he hit him in the nuts. I was in North Carolina at the time. But dog, when Jordan was playing, niggas was getting punched, like having full-on square-ups and finishing the game.
Yeah.
Like, I hooped in Chicago, bro. Like, I've been robbed after games.
After a good game.
After a good game, like, you know what I'm saying? I used to wear number 11 all the way probably until like my senior year in high school. I used to love Isaiah Thomas, bro. Dog. Love Tim Hardaway. Dog. Like, I don't care how you got to get it done on the court. Yeah. And I was a little guard. Yeah. And if you don't have that kind of chip on your shoulder, that kind of dog in you gonna get lost, bro.
Yeah. Can't play. You
gonna get lost. It's almost like my dad used to tell me, if a nigga ever get close enough to punch you and you don't hit him first, that's the problem. Like, as a little guard, you got to bite first. Niggas got to almost think you crazy.
Yeah.
So I get it. If Chris Paul was 6'9", he wouldn't have to act like that. But if he was 6'9" with his skill set, you niggas would have been done.
I still can't say the most underrated, though.
I think he the most underrated, bro. And then
Curry?
Outside of Chris Paul, who
Shea. Shay, man.
Nah, I think everybody know he.
Yeah, those who know.
I think
You know what I'm saying?
the
It's like
world
one of
know
them Hoopers
now.
things.
He might have
like,
was underrated
it's like,
a year
it's like
ago
one of them
or
Hoopers
2 years
things where,
ago.
like, me and you may say, yeah, he the one. Everybody looking like, yeah, he all right. Nah, bro. That's the one.
Bro, Shay just gave Curry buckets and posted a whole highlight reel of him
What
scoring.
the boy said, I was in the base, so I had to be like E40 and go dumb.
So, but even still, I love that he did that because now he know the target on his back.
But I love that though.
But when you know you nice,
yeah,
you go. I don't care about the
I love
target.
the
Nigga, you
cockiness
still
of the
got
game.
to come see me.
Yeah, come see me.
You
You gonna get this work. You gonna get this buckets, man, when you come out.
who else underrated, bro? That might be it. Them probably the two.
Yeah, it's probably them too. I think Drew Holiday, because people don't look at what Drew does. Because Giannis them don't do what they do.
But when they traded him, everybody act like they've been singing his praises for 10 years.
Yeah, you know everybody's always a fan on the back end.
Drew Holiday, a dog.
That's like even like
on
people,
both ends.
But that's like when people act like back in the day, like nobody ever got with Mike. Like Mike just destroyed everybody.
No, bro.
I looked at a tape the other day.
Clyde.
Clyde just owned
Clyde
Mike.
was killing
owned Mike, man.
But see, now this why I love Jordan. Them highlights was from the regular season.
Yeah. Oh, Mike went to another level player.
And then what happened was Clyde had averaged like 29 against Jordan that season.
Yeah.
In all the games they played. And then when the finals came up, this how you know I really wasn't doing nothing but watching fucking sports. Cause this 92. Right? So when the playoffs came up, the paper said something about how he couldn't guard him.
Mm-hmm.
And Jordan said he will not get his average for this entire series. And held that man under 25 points in the finals.
It was different.
And still averaged 30.
Yeah.
So it's like, that don't mean nobody else was nice. But when it's time to take this shit to another level,
he locked
y'all niggas not going to the height I'm willing to go. And he went like, oh shit, I got to save my energy for offense. So I'm a guard. I'm a guard Terry Porter.
Mike want to take your heart now, in every aspect of the word. Mike was going to try to take your heart, bro.
Yeah, but I hate these kids be trying to act like he ain't play nobody. I'm like, he ain't play nobody. But that's how you know we live in a hater culture.
Yeah.
Because niggas say, oh, nigga, Scotty was great. Y'all, Scotty was so great. Like, they'll blow Scotty up for the sake of defending LeBron and destroying Mike. And then a turn around and say Mike ain't play nobody. So if Mike ain't play nobody, Scotty ain't play nobody. Scottie Pippen is Andre Iguodala.
I can see that. I just think too, I think the eras were different, but I think Mike's era, I think you had better fundamentally sound players. Mm-hmm. Because you had guys like a Rolando Blackman or something where, hey, he was gonna hit that wide open jump shot. You had a Terry Porter. You had Jerome
9
Kersey.
out of 10.
You had
Chris Mullin.
You had Vernon Maxwell. You had, just random guys, Joe Dumars. Like, people don't even realize. So it's like you had real live killers back then.
I'm talking about
Bernard King.
I'm talking about niggas.
Bernard King was Melo before Melo.
Niggas might not have gave you two. Everybody couldn't give you this.
Yeah.
But
they
was coming off the screen. It was coming off the screen with the right foot, right step, and 9 out of 10 times they knocking it down.
Bernard King don't get enough credit.
You know I'm a Knicks fan.
A dog.
You know I'm a Knicks fan.
Bernard King
had 60 on Christmas.
Bernard King looked like he laid on the couch all day and just got him saying, man, give me some shoes.
Yeah, man.
Put some shoes on this winter. Hey, man.
What you say?
Yeah. Go hit 60 on.
But if you go look at Bernard King, bro, what I love about their era too, bro, they wasn't even creating a lot of separation.
No.
Bernard King was catching the ball here.
Come off your shoulder.
Wasn't even turning all the way.
Yeah.
Popping you.
Yeah.
And shout out to Melo for breaking Bernard King Knick record. Us Knick fans, we don't have it tough.
Y'all Knick fans trying to find anything to celebrate, man. But, today, man, we've had the pleasure of celebrating you, bro.
I appreciate it.
So, man, we got a little pick Trav brain a little bit.
You see how he avoided the personal?
We ain't have enough time for it, man.
We got time, bro.
So
we got edit power. We can take whatever we want.
We definitely want to bring Trav back for part 2 and part 3. So we'll discuss fatherhood on part 2, dating life on part 3.
He ain't coming back.
He's going to be back again, guys. Another episode of Firm Podcast.